Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Whatever Wednesdays. Today we are going to be looking at a game called Flashing Lights, stepping out of the realm of aviation entirely, but still maintaining the moniker of transportation. Flashing Lights is and I don't like using the word simulator, but I don't know what else to call it because it's not like a lifestyle game, that simulates both, as you can see here, police, fire, and EMS missions and situation packs. There is the single player, which is what we're going to be doing today. There is online, but the servers are generally not very well populated or all privated. If you have a Mod.io account, you can do that as well. And then you've got your different settings and graphical controls. I think I have everything maxed out. Oh, I don't. Hold on. Let's do that. All right, settings effectively maxed out. I don't know why there's just low and medium for the ocean quality, but everything else is maxed out. VSync's off. I don't like depth of field and motion blur, so I always leave those off. Everything else is to the maximum values. So let's go into the single player and do the same there. Max everything out. So what, 40 vehicles, and I think it's what, 15, 20 high. And high, and we'll go to start. We have a little bit of a loading screen till we get to the customizer for our character, and then another loading screen. How exciting. Okay, so this is our first load menu. We will look at both police, firefighting, and medic for each. We're going to start with police just because, like most of the rest of the world, I read from left to right. We'll spawn at the downtown police station here, and we have our character customizers. So we can choose between male and female, and then each one of those has different body types that we can pick from. Excuse me. Each one of those has different body types that we can pick from. So we'll start out with a female patrol officer. We'll give her... Do we want a hat? Nah, no hat. We'll give her the... tough guy glasses, and then face mask. That's going to be mostly useful for EMT stuff, and we will hit done and start loading it again. So now loaded in, let me clean up this UI just a little bit. Let's switch out. Last vehicle I was playing on was that Sheriff Tahoe over there. It is worth noting that they don't have vehicle licensing, but the vehicles, they look exactly like real world police vehicles. So there's well, there should be no doubt in your mind what you're driving, we'll just say. So we have a pretty big sweep of vehicles. We'll go through them one time here on the police side, and then just know that a lot of these are repeated for the other options. So we've got a Ford F-150, the good old Crown Vic, the old gen Dodge Charger, the, I guess, current gen Dodge Charger, the old FPIU, the Taurus, Ford Taurus, what I'm assuming is a Lenco Bearcat. Thank you. We have the, I guess now it's old, but the 2020 to 2024 generation of FPIU, the Explorer Interceptor Utility. The previous gen, so the, geez, what would that have been? 2015 through 2019 generation FPIU. The Tahoe, which we just talked about, and then the newest edition being the Dodge. It's a Dodge Ram. It doesn't say Dodge Ram. None of these say the vehicles they are, but it's clearly a Dodge Ram at 3500 dually, maybe. We have a Chevy Express, like a paddy wagon for prisoner transport. And finally, oh, not finally, my microphone's in the way. And then we've got a tow truck for any of our towing missions, should we want to play them. And then finally, we have a Ford Transit, which is outfitted, again, for the special weapons and tactics units. I think we're going to go for the new gen FPIU. It's one of my favorite police cruisers out there. I like it. They're not super fast, but they'll get the job done. So once we have our vehicle of choice selected, we can edit our lights and sirens, and there are tons and tons and tons of options that we can do. So like if I want to get rid of these grill flashers, I can do that. If I want to have a quad set of grill flashers, I can do that. I like the two, so we'll just stick with that. You see I've got the different bumper flashers going on down here. You can attach a triple tree in the center, and each of these has a different lighting profile. These little Wayland Vertex looking imitation things up here. But you get the idea, right? One thing I will change are my side visors. And yeah, no, you can go absolutely wild with these. But I think that's good there. We'll go to the Sirens menu. We have tons of options for that. So you've got your standard Wail, Wail the Rumbler, your Yelp, Yelp with a Rumbler, Piercer, the High-Low, and then Q-Siren is 99.999% of vehicles I've ever seen it on are old style, not old style, but older American fire trucks. I think we're good with, let's go Wail, and then we'll go Yelp with a Rumbler, and then we'll go Piercer. I think that's good. We'll go save and exit. In a second here, it'll kick us back out to the main menu, or kick us back out to the world. Maybe I'll click it again. Maybe I'll just click it. There we go. There we go. So, and now we have a vehicle ready indicator on the bottom of our screen, and there is the Ford Explorer that we just created. Very nice. Engine sounds are really nothing to behold. That's the one area I would like to see an improvement on is, well, that's not the one area, but that's one of the areas I would like to see an improvement on, are the engine sounds. Lighting looks great. The ambient light cast looks great. One thing, this is such a small detail, it doesn't matter. So on the FPIU, the inboard lights are high beams, so what should happen, and it does when you turn on the headlights, or the emergency lights, is the high beams flash, they wig-wag. But when you turn on the normal headlights, you also turn on the high beams, and there's no way to change that. Anyway, we have a bank robbery in progress that we need to get to, so let's get a move on here. Vehicle handling's rough. It's not great. You're definitely not going to be winning anyone over with the vehicle driving mechanics in this game. The interior models are, they're not great. They're modeled close enough to what the actual vehicle is. Alright, let's pop out here. Looks like we've got another unit on scene. Objective is arrive on scene, apprehend any suspect, rescue hostages, and bring them to the rescue tent. Alright, so this is going to be a hot mission. Let's grab a long gun out of the back here. Show us on scene. Oh, yeah. Shots fired, shots fired. Let's get special weapons and tactics out here. I want a SWAT van. We're going to do what we can since we're first on scene. Certainly not going to have a Uvalde. I think that's a yeah, it's a suspect in the doorway. Drop the gun, drop the gun! Okay, let's clear. Left. Keep your fucking hands up. Ma'am, get down. Drop the gun! She's picked it back up. Or shoot to kill now. Suspect down, suspect down. Reload, reload. Multiple contacts. Jesus Christ. We might have to beat a retreat till SWAT gets here. We are seriously outgunned. think all my shots were going into the kiosk before. Reload. Oh, I'm hit. Oh, I'm like out. Switch to the handgun. Drop the gun, drop the gun! I'm down, I'm down. Well, looks like we should have waited for SWAT to show up. Hey, we're being revived. Lovely. Now. Get back, get back. Drop the gun, dude. Alright, let's press back out. I need to grab a fresh set of ammunition. I'm alone. Ranger, I have no idea where SWAT is. Oh, there they are. They're stuck in traffic. I don't know. I give this game a lot of leeway for the broken mechanics because it's so dang cheap. It's so cheap. And because it's so cheap, stuff like this I'm willing to let go. The broken mechanics, the kind of janky vehicle handling. But that's just me. A lot of the vehicles that you saw before that had the little purple icons around them, those were DLC vehicles. I will say the DLC, again, cheap. I don't think there's been a single DLC that's come out for this game that was more than like $10, and of those, if you wait for them to go on sale, they drop to like $2-3. So if you want a good dump some time into a game situation, this can definitely be the one for you. Okay, suspect down. Let's keep clearing here. Let's roll medical as well. Get back, get back. Come on, guys. Get to the tent, alright? Run to the tent for me. 246, we got additional shots fired. Ooh, I can heal myself? Look at that. Should have done that before, hey? Alright guys, come on into the medical tent for me. Come on into the medical tent for me. Okay, that's 2 for 2. They're healed. I need no additional ammo. I am going to move my squad up 1 to get it out of the roadway. This would be such a non-issue in an active shooter situation, but hey. It's our game, we can do what we want. Alright, we swung back around, so this is an example of where having friends to play with. Because one of you guys could have the Halligan. Drop the gun! Drop the fucking gun! Drop the fucking gun! 246 advancing, lower level. I've got 1 female down, 1 sus, or 1 victim. Green shirt, tan shorts. 1 female suspect down. Got an additional male suspect down. I don't know why I'm doing this like I'm playing SWAT 4 or Ready or Not. Dang, that's a lot of cash. Drop that gun. Drop that fucking gun, dude. I will shoot you. Told him I was going to shoot him. Yeah, the time for asking is over. We're done with that. Yeah, this is our barricaded suspect. I think we can move medical in here now. Oh, we're still firing shots. Hold EMS, hold EMS. Have EMS stage. We're still getting shots fired. Alright, so SWAT has finally arrived on scene here. Unfortunately, those 2 officers who were helping me respond earlier they didn't make it. Well, let's get our 2 rescue victims from downstairs out. Alright, so that is one example of a generated mission. I think those 2 guys are good and done with. I'm going to sweep through one more time just to make sure that we're complete. And we'll clean up the scene here, and then we'll look at... sorry, I moved away from the mic. We'll look at non-mission stuff, just normal real-world policing that you can do as well. So we just looked at one of the most high-stakes operations in this game. Let's look at one of the most low-stakes ones. This is an illegally parked van, and we're gonna write him a traffic ticket. Yep, real mechanic in the game. I love it. He's legally parked. He's too close to a fire hydrant, and this is a non-designated. Well, it's a fine parking zone, but the fact is he can't park up on the curb like this. So we're gonna go ahead and issue him a ticket for blocking a fire hydrant. There is the 28, Jesus, $65, that's crazy. Bet he regrets parking there now. I'd also get him for a no front plate violation, but there's enough of that around here. This guy just ran a red light though. Alright, let's on that 28. Comes back to Emmanuel Chaplin. Registration is valid, so is insurance. And it comes back to the correct vehicle and it's not stolen. Now, let's go make contact with him. Let him know we don't like running red lights. Oh, I still have my gun on. Hey, how's it going today? Do you sample with the Island City PD? You have any reason why, or any idea to the reason why I stopped you today? You know, it was that red light back there. It was actually, you ran one and you almost ran that other one. So kind of keep an eye on that. You got anything illegal in the vehicle? Guns, knives, bazooka? No? Okay, cool. Silly question, you know, nothing to drink, nothing like that. All right, cool. Just hang out here for a sec, Marine Man, and I'll be right back. All right. Manuel Chaplin, whatever, Chap Dork is more like it. Come on, right? We got him. All right, if he's clean and valid, we'll let him go with a warning. No traffic violations, really. Wow, okay, well. I guess we won't be the first. Or hey, I saw you sort of deal. Cut that out. Alright, it's just gonna be a warning. And you're good to go. Here's your ID back. Just keep an eye on those red lights for me, alright, Manuel? Have a good one. That van is hauling. Stand by. Let's filter down. T-46 is going to be out with a white van. Stand by for a 28. 28 is going to be Henry 1383 Wilbert, or whiskey. I don't know what letter they use for the police. Whoa, I almost took my door off. Still have my gun on. Hey, how's it going today? Sample with the Island City Police Department. Do you have any idea why I stopped you today? Yeah, no, you were going pretty fast. You see how quickly you came up on that, I think it was a Chevy Avalanche on the other side of you back there. So, you know, we go it's a pretty aggressive slowdown here from 75 on the interstate down through 55, and you can actually see just the sign right there goes down to 25. So it's a pretty aggressive slowdown, and we're just out here today trying to make sure that people are following the road laws. Got anything crazy in the car? You don't think so? Okay, well, would it be a problem if I search the vehicle? If I have to? Alright, cool. Just hang out here for a second, and we'll be back, alright? So we already know they're suspended. Let's run her 27, her license, and see what we come up with. Watch, she's revoked. Nope. Valid license, one arrest, no traffic violations. Let me just run that 28 again, make sure that it is confirmed suspended. So, with a suspended rego, I think that's an officer discretion thing. She was also speeding. I think we're going to give her a ticket for the registration, tell her to park it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Registration, suspended here. That lady, deep head right. There we go. License plate, autofill, fine amount. Dude, 70 bucks for it? That's literally cheaper than it is to re-register a vehicle in my state. Anyway, so we're going to issue her a citation for that. And then we're effectively going to tell her to just park over there. And have, or get to where she's going. Don't drive again. Alright, I think that's good for law enforcement. Let's move on and take a look at firefighting. So to change your role, all you need to do is go to any of the locations. You can see I'm at a fire station, but you can go to police station, hospital, whatever. And then you go up to the change role location, and we're going to change to the firefighter. I'm going to reselect the location we're already at. And I want, yeah, that looks like a cool, no, we'll go with that one. I'm going to need that battalion chief hat. Thank you very much. No glasses because I'm going to be firefighting. Same thing with a face mask. So now loaded in as a firefighter, let's go to the vehicle selection menu. And like I said before, a lot of these are just repeats from previous vehicles, so we're not going to re-go through all of them. The four we'll focus primarily on are the two new Dodge Rams, and again, you can see via the purple on the top, those are the DLC items. It's like you've got a brush truck and then a tanker. This international cab looking, I would assume that's just a tanker truck. You've got a long ladder apparatus. You have an additional pumper apparatus. And then you've got, I guess, a general rescue extrication vehicle as well. Let's try out... Do we want to try out the new Ram? Yeah, let's try out the new Ram. We're going to go with a tanker apparatus. Actually, no, we're not, dude. What am I talking about, dude? What are we talking about? No, we're going to take this out because this, as you can see, has the Federal Q siren, and we need to be lower correct because why would you ever not be lower correct in a video game? Am I right? Again, extreme amounts of customization. We're not going to go through every single item, but just know there's a lot, and you can add it to your heart's content. I think we're going to call that good, though. Let's save and exit and get into some shit. So the downside with being in a fire crew, I did a brief stint as a... I don't even know, what do you call someone who helps the volunteer firefighters? That was me. I watched the apparatuses, occasionally would go to a call in our smallest apparatus. That was about it. But we gotta just kind of wait for a call to come in. So while we do that, I don't want to do a motor vehicle collision. That's not fun. Someone else has got that. We'll explore the fire station. Fire station, hospitals, police stations, they all have various areas you can explore. Let's look at what's up here. Oh, sleeping quarters. Sorry, I came clopping up here. I saw a sign for a fire pole. Now, if you've gone through all of the effort to model that, put a sign on this door. There's surely no way that I can't slide down this. Okay. Arguably one of the worst animations for it that I've ever seen, but hey, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Why is this lady in my vehicle bay? Why are these 3 people in my... Why are these 5 people in my vehicle bay? Structure fire, we'll take that. Alright. So there is no automatic opening and closing of doors, unfortunately. So we're gonna do that ourselves. Alright, lights on. Let's roll out. Where's my siren? There we go. Oh, the good old federal queue. Alright, looks like a longish drive ahead, so I'm gonna cut the driving bit out. Alright, we're coming up on scene now. Worst part about this siren, it doesn't ramp down. It just stops. Alright, let's find... Oh, let's not do that. It's not a huge fire. I'm gonna need a water source, though. Where's my nearest hydrant? Unknown. I think we're just gonna have to use the onboard water. Alright, let's get an attack line going, since there's nowhere I can see to set up a supply line. You know, I got nothing. Junction box, and that's it. Dang it, man. Alright, so we'll hook up. And keep an eye on that 1,000 liters of water. That's going to go down as we attack this fire. Ooh, brother. Ow. You cannot punch out fire. Trust me, I have tried. So, not nearly as in-depth as, what is that new firefighting game everyone's playing? Like The Crew or something like that? Firefighter Squad, The Crew. The name's escaping me, but if you know, you know. They've got licensed Rosenbauer apparatus and all this other cool stuff. Alright, let's drop the hose. And we're going to come over to our... Nope. How about you? Go. Then we're going to come over to this guy. Raise you up. We're going to spin you around. See if we can get those real far up high fires out. My brother in Christ, you are walking through an active fire scene.
It's a fire scene, you can go.
Yeah. You think you might want to turn around? I don't think I've got the reach. I should have pulled the apparatus in closer. Alright, 872 liters. Main. Yeah, mission cleared. Sweet. We will take... we're going to return to the station and we're going to grab one of those smaller apparatus. And we'll do the motor vehicle collision just because I did multiple scenes with the police car, so we might as well do the same for the good old fire truck. Would you believe it took me so long to switch this vehicle out, customize it, add these 3 minions to my roster that it's now daytime and those people are certainly dead because it was night when we started? Well, you should, because that's exactly what happened. Anyway, let's go to that vehicle collision that we started, like, I don't know, 4 years ago. Again, interior is not looking crazy good, but could have had nothing. Like, it's better than nothing, I guess. Alright, Rescue 246 is on scene. Looks like we've got entrapment. Alright, boys, let's get to work. Oh, are they actually going to do... Oh, they are! Look at, he's grabbing the jaws of life. Look at that! I'll grab the medic bag. Look at, they're hitting the door. Okay, they're both fighting over who's going to hit the door. Okay, so he's got that one. Sometimes the AI in this game makes me sad. It's fine. We'll get our own spreaders. Excuse you. Excuse you. I would say don't regret making me take you along. But I already do. Doors open. Let's inspect him. Breathing, pulse, conscious, possible neck injury. We're going to need to immobilize that before we move her. Where is my trauma airway? Neck collar on her. And let's get her transportation. Can I pick her up out of the vehicle? I guess the rest is up for EMS, who's currently sideways in a tree. We'll inspect the scale also. Pick up the old medic bag. Put it back in our apparatus. Return to the station, and then we will give our hand at medical. Hopefully not driving our ambulance through the back of a Chevy Express. Vehicle tow and all that, PD is going to handle. So we're going to return to the station. I feel like I'm not the only one who would be upset if I didn't do this in the video. Right now it would upset probably just me. But, you know we got to turn the lights on and back into our vehicle bay, right? Even though it's a drive-through or a pull-through station, you know we got to do it, right? That's like 99% of the fun of being a firefighter. Alright, now let's go be a medic. So I'm going to skip over the character creation. We're just going to go straight into the vehicle selection. Again, it's a lot of the same stuff. The standout vehicle for the medical class is going to be this Ford Econoline, this E350 looking deal. We've already seen the International cab as well as the little Ford Transit. The Ford Transit's probably my favorite looking one out of these bunch, but I think we'll take just the standard non-DLC vehicle. Alright, so we've got a hit and run with possible bone fracturing. We're going to be en route to that. Yeah, where did you think we were going? Alright, call ID is going to be event 95. It's like right here. I mean, I guess as far as places that you could have an accident, this is probably one of the better ones. Alright, let's grab that medic bag. It's got her arm immobilized already. That's good. That's what we want. Can I... Sorry, I know I'm walking on you. Interact using medic bag or other items from the vehicle trunk. How about the stretcher? This is a mechanic I don't like. There we go. We'll put the medic bag back in the trunk. And we'll grab stretcher. Excuse you. Move. Put the patient in the back of the apparatus, which is where our partner should be riding, mind you. Come on, get in the ambo. We got shit to do. Wow, what a riveting transport. I guess we'll leave the lights on in emergency zone so that everyone know, hey, we're serious about our medical case here. Let's get her out. Okay, got her off the stretcher, or got the stretcher out. Let's take her in on the stretcher. Hills are hard. There was one time I had to do this in a house, and legitimately I got stuck and like couldn't move the stretcher. One patient delivered. Mission cleared. All right, all right. We're gonna go to a chest pain call. Pet code 105. Also, we're in the Ford Transit. Because I like the Transit. Traffic does... Never mind. Never mind. Hey, never mind. I was going to say traffic does actually seem to pull out of the way, which is cool. And then he just pulled directly into me. So, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. So I'm guessing... Inspect the person. Where the f*** are they? Inspect the person? What fucking person? What are we talking about? Oh, there. That person. Okay. Good. Passengers already got the little medic bag. We're going to shut the door. And we're going to pull up. Oh, shit. If I get in this, they're going to come to me. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Nope. Keep helping her. Keep helping. Okay, I'll grab the stretcher. In what world? So, I've never, like, been in the world of EMT stuff. In what world would you not just immediately transport someone? Right? Like, if you're in a vehicle capable of transporting someone, like, I guess, like, in super high-stakes triage cases, maybe, but, like, when would you not just be like, oh, yes, we have the capability of transporting you, we're going to transport you. But let's wait for another, and this is a life-threatening enough emergency for you to require emergency medical response and transport to a hospital, but we're not going to do it even though we're here right now. I mean, maybe if there's, like, someone who has a more significant injury, but, like, outside of that, I don't see why you would ever do that. A lot of drunk people. Island City, notorious for its public intoxication. You know, I went to the other hospital to get away from this hospital because I wanted to show you guys the interior of the other clinic. How'd we end up back here again? How... Alright. I guess it just really likes, spawning events by this hospital in particular. Remember the one that was, yeah, you know, like, right there? I want to point out I'm having fun. It might not sound like it. I'm enjoying this game, I promise. It might not sound like it, but I do enjoy this game. I play it in my free time. I promise. I've got hours. You want to see how many hours? Hold on. Huh? I got almost 24 hours. That's almost a full day of playing this thing. Okay. So, mission cleared. Love that. I think we're going to call it there. We have lightly scratched the surface of all three playable positions. We've utilized AI. We've done missions on our own. I think we're going to call that good. So that is Flashing Lights. A first responder simulator quality of life deal. Something or another. I definitely do enjoy it. Oh my. And I hope that maybe you will too. Again, if I like to think that if you enjoy the content that I put out, you probably enjoy some of the same things. Maybe you don't. Maybe you absolutely what? Anyway, I'm Sample. I'll see you guys in the next video as always. Thank you very much for watching and take it easy.